There's a major report on food security that was commissioned by the Thabo Mbeki Foundation. This study shows that since the sanctions were imposed on Russia for invading Ukraine, the supply of more than 40 million tons of fertilizer and ammonia has been cut.
There are approaches that have been taken by the United Nations, such as the Black Sea deal, that was aimed to allow countries even the ones that are in conflict, to assist in the movement of agricultural goods so as to avoid a global food challenge. The lack of clarity on sanctions of agricultural goods also meant countries feared for secondary sanctions if they were to continue agricultural trade and exchange with the countries in conflict. It is for this reason that I agree with this report when it advocates for the removal of agriculture from sanctions.
Former President Thabo Mbeki says the heads of state have already addressed this matter at the African Union level.
There's an African Union decision on this matter that despite the fact that there are no formal sanctions in Europe against Russian fertilizers, but in the practice, individual member states of the EU imposed individual sanctions. So there are no EU sanctions. But you get blockages from some of the member states. So the EU discussed those things and took a common position that it would then interact with the EU to make sure that this matter is addressed.
On domestic issues, the former president was asked for his views on when next year's general elections would be held. He says in his view, they should not be held in the earlier period of May, but moved to August. His concern is that there is still no clarity on the law that will govern these elections, as it is still mired in court challenges.
Because a number of the parties are saying they are not happy. So we're not quite sure when this process will be finalized, because it has implications on the preparations of the Electoral Commission, which the Electoral Commission has been raising that. Please move quickly so that we then have to do whatever arrangements in terms of the amended legislation. The law is still not ready. I don't know when the court processes will be finished. Suppose they get finished in April. Then the Electoral Commission would not have had the time to do whatever arrangements consistent with the new law.
President Cyril Ramaphosa is yet to announce the election date. I am Joseph Musia in Cape Town.